Hey guys, it's Rich Boy J here, back again with another video, and this is a look at my Minifig scale first order AT-AT walker. Now this is a conversion from my traditional Imperial AT-AT walker, which means that some of the details aren't perfect or just not there altogether, but I tried my best to do a minimal changes conversion from the Imperial version to this first order version, in order to have it for the crate mock that my friend and I are currently working on. So if you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you go ahead and look at that. It's a crate mock build series, and this is going to be a part of it. So I'm just kind of going to walk through some of the differences between the Imperial version and the first order version. Most people will look at this and they're not going to see a ton, but they are there. So let's go ahead and take a look through it. The first thing is that the front feet are actually quite a bit different, namely that they don't have a front toe. In the actual version of the first order walker, it looks like it's kind of morphing into an ATM6 in terms of the way that the front legs look. You'll notice that obviously the toe's missing. It's kind of been replaced with that build right there. But then also there's a little bit more armor on the fore leg, the calf of that front leg, I guess you'd call it. So that's a difference between this one and the Imperial version, and that exists on both front legs. And then there's also this weird kind of, it like jets out at the back, whereas there's an arch right here on the ankle area, so that's different, moving from the Imperial version to the first order version. The back legs pretty much are unchanged between the two versions, which was nice for me because it meant I only had to modify these two front legs. Another thing that's different is, of course, the head, and I feel most people will notice these differences. Anyone who's familiar with the AT-ACT will kind of see that the head looks like it took a lot of inspiration from it, insofar as they got rid of the guns that are kind of on the chin, and they moved them up to the cheeks, I guess you could call it. And that's kind of what these are meant to represent. It's this pretty close style to the way that the AT-ACT looks, so I just took the design from my AT-ACT and put it on the head of this Imperial, or this first order walker. The other thing about the head is on the Imperial version, there's like a little hump right here that just got smoothed out, and then it got kind of pushed to the very back of the head. One of the things that the first order actually purposefully did was they wanted to give the AT-AT walkers more armor. So you'll notice that on the traditional AT-AT walker, the armor on the side just kind of goes straight up, but however here, halfway through it kind of protrudes out, so there's extra armor right there, and you can see that it's kind of, I tried to replicate the design with those two dark gray stripes going down the side. And then the back is kind of the same way. There's just more armor on top of the armor that's already there on that side panel, so that's something that changed. And then also, while the middle section is pretty much the same, at the bottom there are some various tweaks. Basically, the shape here is a little bit different, so I went ahead and converted that to make it more accurate. As far as the interior goes, there's no pictures of the interior of in first order AT-AT. I would assume that it's pretty close to the Imperial version, so I'm just going to leave the... One more thing I did want to highlight is that on the very bottom, there's this little protrusion right here that kind of comes down over what I believe is supposed to be like an engine or something that goes all the way through the bottom of the ship, but it's like a trapezoidal type protrusion on the front of it, and it's there. Not really sure what it is. It could be armor. I imagine maybe that's kind of like a sensitive area for the ship, so they'd want to keep that more well guarded, so that's probably why that's right there, and I went ahead and added it on my design. So that's going to finish up this video, guys. I just wanted to give you a rather quick look at my first order AT-AT. I want to go ahead and put this in the crate mock now, so that's going to kind of be the end of this. And one of the things I did want to say is that the reason I'm kind of doing this here instead of just putting it in the normal crate update is because I want to do things a little bit differently this week. Obviously, we have to prepare this mock for a convention next week, which means that we have quite a bit of work to do this week, which also means that there's going to be a lot of progress between probably every single day. So rather than saving a ton of progress for one video, I think I'm going to record a new video detailing the progress that we've made on the crate mock every single day this week, and that'll give you guys a better in-depth look at some of the changes that are going to be happening, and I think that it'll be a pretty cool thing. So you guys can consider this the week of crate. We've got a lot of work to do, and I'm glad that this is finally done. and we can move forward. So, like I always say, guys, if you like what I do, go ahead and support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by hitting the subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon with some more content.